I'm from Southwest Detroit, and um, I got into filming because me and my friends wanted to make a short film. We all wanted to make movies. We made a short film, and we were pretty bad at it. But yeah, we made that, and then I guess like some say the rest is history. But once we made the film, I wanted to get into being better because I don't think it was composed correctly. There was a lot of things we did wrong, and I was like, well, I'll do music videos to kind of get better, and then yeah, now I'm here. My first camera technically was like some handy Sony cam, something like that. But my first camera that made me like, this is it. This is was a Canon T3i. That was my first camera in a nifty 50. Nobody really thought I was shooting on a Canon the way the stuff was looking. They're like, there's no way. I'm like, that's me, man. I'm out here making it happen with this little $800 or whatever it cost at the time camera. So yeah, the first shoot. Hmm. Um, that's a good question. Yeah, no, the first shoot was probably I did a shoot with my boy Swag, who at the time went by Swag Dad, but he goes by the Big Swag now. But that was one of the first shoots I got to do fully, just me by myself. That it was fun. It had all the elements of your music video, the girls, lighting, all that shit, stuff. Sorry, all that stuff. Uh, and then yeah, I was like, man, this is it. I like this. I really, really like this. And then kind of like, you know, kind of went from there with other stuff. I always felt it standing out. If I'm being real, like I always felt like, yeah, this is different from what everybody else is doing. But I think what made it feel that way was when I did the moonwalking video with Ice for Vezo back in like 2016, I believe it was. Um, because everybody thought I was from LA, and they were questioning him like, "Oh, where's he from?" Da, da, da. And it was, I'm just from here. But that made me feel like, all right, we're changing things, we're switching things up, how they normally are to where they could go to. Movies is the end goal. Like making movies, the accolades that come with it, the everything that comes with movies is the end goal. That is the end result of where I want to be.
What's been the hardest thing you've had to deal with chasing this dream?
Navigating through people's personalities, just like you know, having to make sure everybody's happy. Sometimes you deal with clients at the same time, and they all feel like they're priority when you want to make them priority, but like you have another client that's just as important. So I think that's the most difficult is trying to manage your time to where you're not feeling like you're putting somebody else down, but at the end of the day, you can't really do. You can do your best, but somebody's going to suffer. So I think that's the hardest part is trying to make sure nobody else suffers from it.
Man, the hardest thing I had to deal with while chasing this dream, that's a hard one. Because there's a lot of stuff that's a pain in the ass, as we all know. Um, I'd say I'm just gonna think of something like as of recently that something I like the past 2-3 years I feel like I've struggled with, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better with it, but I'm also still struggle with it till this day is time management. Um, I feel like a lot of us videographers are hella busy, so it's like hard to uh, manage your how much shit you got going on. I shoot fucking 8 to 10 videos in a week, and then plus on top of working other jobs and trying to make time for spend time with my family and my wife. Uh, yeah, I say that shit's very challenging. So, and that's something I still struggle with till this day. So, I'd say time management is something that's hard, and I feel like a lot of us struggle with that. Man, I feel like that's really what I am in all reality. Like even like without the filmmaking title, like filmmaker title, uh, I feel like I'm a creative overall. I feel like my creative bag's like endless. That's very, very deep. I feel like I could reach, and I always got something in my creative bag, so I'm not really too worried about ever hitting a creative ceiling. There's always more ideas to think of, and um, yeah. Man, I felt like quitting 1,000 million times for real. What keeps me going? I think just me loving cameras, like just the passion um, I have for like just films in general, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like this shit, I've been doing it for so long now. It's like, it would be weird not doing it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah. So I feel like most of my clients, like, they obviously hiring me for a reason. Like, they kind of already trust my vision in hiring me already. So I don't feel like I struggle with that too much. I feel like, and I feel like I kind of feed off, I like taking ideas off the artists, and kind of just adding to it. Uh, so I don't feel like I really ever struggle with that too much. I feel boxed in creatively just because like I feel like a lot of the time the budget's just not there. So you know there's only so much we can do with the budget that what the clients are offering. So it's like I feel like boxed in sometimes there, but I feel like boxed in also just like on the even if it comes just to like rap music, there's so many other genres of music. I don't have to just do, you know, I feel like just it's always just rappers hit me up, you know. Hey, any rock bands or anything out there, hit me up. DJs, whatever, man. I love all music, so really. But yeah, no, like I definitely feel boxed in creatively on like I guess production size. Like I know I could do a lot more. Man, when I start feeling burnt out, man, for real, go take my dog for a walk. Man, just try to clear my mind. Um, but really, I just try to push myself to work and just get it done for real. Like, because I feel like procrastinating, like when you get burnt out and then you just start procrastinating, it digs a deeper hole for you. So you're better off just like, man, fighting them demons off and just keep going, bro. I swear, just don't get, don't get down on yourself. But trust me, we all get burnt out, man. You just gotta work through it. Just gotta work through it.
Man, it's kind of hard to regain that focus. I feel like is I'm in this situation. I feel like the things that keep me going with that type of situation is my family, for real, being around family and friends, not just making everything about video or production, doing like regular life stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like we always get caught. We always get caught into what's going on instead of seeing the bigger picture, which is like being financially stable or being around your family, getting some mental peace for yourself.
I disappear, man. I try not to go around nobody. Maybe I'll like. I recently went to Chicago I just went, or I go to the movies and just don't answer my phone. My clients might hate it, but like, you know, if I burn myself out, I'm no good to them or myself. Then I'm just, and then my work suffers, and then in the long run, their visuals suffer, and then we get nowhere. So sometimes disappearing is a good thing. They should probably, I know they don't want to hear it, but it's probably the best thing that they can do. Just let me be me for 24 hours and not have to deal with that.
I think the biggest shoot that showed my growth for real, this is probably about 2 years ago, 2023, doing Babyface Ray Donda Bag. That showed me that I can compete with other directors within the industry,
I feel like me and Diego just did a video for Stack Boy Ty. I thought that bitch was pretty hard. It was like a whole little pizza theme video, girls making pizzas and stuff like that. But also, which I don't know if this showed my growth, but I know it like proved to myself and like shout out to Rare Smoke and Junk Food and Noah So Cold. We just did that Baby Tron video, all green screen, all AI, and we shot it. It took us 2 days to shoot it, and we had 2 days to edit it, and it was all green screen. And it, let me remind you, it was a 10-minute song, and it was like 25 different beats. And let me remind you also, we reenacted a music video from 1980 all the way to 2025. So we basically tried to recreate the music video for each beat that he did, rapped on. He rapped on a bunch of industry beats all the way from 1980 to 2025. But yeah, I think just like that was like the craziest time frame and amount of work we've done. Like I think we edited for 48 hours straight. Like it was insane, bro. But we got it done, and yeah, I was kind of proud of that one for sure. And it might have not have been like the craziest growth, like showing us, like it might not have shown like my craziest and best work, but definitely like proved to myself like, damn, you can do this shit, yeah. And it proved how much we can, like, how much you can really do in like a short amount of time, for real. So
I think they do now a little bit more than they did, I want to say maybe 3-4 years ago. I definitely feel like now is it's definitely looked at differently. It's looked at more as I guess the bar that's been set versus the bar that was trying to be achieved. You know, so yeah, I think people respect it and look at it now better than they would 3 years ago.
I definitely feel like I'm still winning. I think a lot of stuff be within my head. I overthink a lot of things, and I think that's with all creators because we have those broad minds like that, you know? So you will kind of like cheat yourself out of a situation because you thinking that you're not getting to a level because you watching everybody and everything else that's going on when you gotta kind of like just pay attention to the things you do and stay in your lane. I think the biggest thing that slowed me down a lot is partying too much for real. Like just literally partying like every weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, partying. And I feel like that became within like later time of my year because at one point I didn't have a life and I felt like I was trying to catch up back to everything that I've missed.
Winning is I don't know if I want to use the word winning, but I feel like in the race, I'm ahead in the sense where, you know, we're all running the same race. But I think what it needs to change isn't with me versus what needs to change is with everybody. You know what I mean? I think if we collaborated a little bit more and not necessarily having a bunch of directors, but like, you know, some people are stronger at one thing than others, you know what I mean? And picking that thing that you're strong with and then doing that, you know? Like, when you do a song, sometimes you can have an artist that can sing and rap, but they might be better at the singing. So.
well, I feel like here in Detroit, we got a good community. I feel like all the directors and videographers basically know each other. We all kind of locked in for the most part. We all talk to each other. So I feel like I don't know. Like I know my group that I'm affiliated with. I would say the dudes that I work with, we all help each other out. Pull up to shoots when we need it. If I need to borrow a camera, if I need to borrow a lens, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we all help each other in that way. We all trade work, you know. Somebody may shoot something, have somebody else edit it. So I feel like we all help each other for the most part, especially here in Detroit. Even like just trading editing sauce. I know me and you were just on the phone last night talking about some stuff, you know. So yeah, I feel like here in Detroit, man, like I said, it's like our community. It's really a community, and we got a strong one. And I really believe that like we got some of the best directors across the nation in the world. No, literally, like I really feel that we got some of the best film directors in the world, and multiple of them. Not, you know what I'm saying, not just one. Like we got multiple of them. I feel like the film industry is hella talented here, man.
Like, I would say the biggest support is us working together for real. I feel like everybody get besides theyself on who's the best when our community is so small. I feel like if we all work together, we can create, you know what I mean, them film incentives and those things that we need around here.
A lot of us, I feel like the support comes in helping each other on set, sharing our work. You know what I mean? I know we all try to get the same artists and try to shoot with the same people, but there's a lot of artists that want to have visuals that are super dope that may not have the means to get to this person, but that person's cool with this person, and then they can still collaborate and bring a vision for somebody that that usually don't work. You know what I mean? So I feel like that bridge comes with, like, again, that sense of community where somebody could feel like they can collaborate and still help in a sense where it doesn't have to be necessarily like they're both directing and they're both doing the same thing, where it's like, all right, man, hey, I need help with this, or hey, I need da-da-da. Like, it's just more or less like reaching out a hand if somebody comes down to, like, what's the word? If I'm not good, if I need some lights, I can hit up my boy, be like, yo, I need some lights. Can I borrow some? Yeah, for sure. Do whatever. Like, those type of little things go a long way, because sometimes that can save somebody from being able to not do a certain shot. Now I can, because that person was cool enough to, so that sense of community is what, like, I think what helps us more than anything is that just helping us behind the scenes, not necessarily always wanting, oh, I want you help me, and you can help me later because I already helped you. It's just you're helping for the sense of helping.
It's easier now, man. The entry to be able to get into film and production is way easier than when I came into the game. What I would keep telling them to do is stay motivated, invest in yourself, buy equipment, buy as much equipment as possible. Literally, don't ever cheat yourself. You don't never want to be in a position where you don't have it, and keep the camera rolling. You know what I mean? Depending on what lane you're going in. If you're going into film and production and you want to be a AD or a gaffer or whatever the case may be, I think that you should put full time into that. You know what I mean? Put as much time as you can into that craft. Whether you working for free, whether you know what I mean, interning. I think a lot of people in this era, they care about the money more than the actual craft.
Just go do it, for real. Like, I feel like a lot of people just, like, I know kids that have bought cameras and just never went out and did nothing with it. If you never go out and do it, you're never gonna get nowhere, man. So I guess the advice would, if you want to be a videographer or photographer, go buy a camera and just go do it. Just start shooting shit. It don't matter what it is. Even if you out with your friends, just go start taking pictures or go start making little edits. It's the best advice I can give. If you want to do it, that's the best way to start. Just go do it.
There's a lot of guys in Southwest Detroit that do what I do, but my best advice to them is, like I said, find your voice, find what makes you you, and stay consistent. Like, if you wanted to be the next director coming out of Detroit that everybody goes to, you want to find your voice at what you do. Don't try to copy people, because I think my biggest strength was not copying the person that everybody was going to at the time, and and just making what the things I wanted to make, but still finding a way to keep the same element that was a winning formula for everybody else. You know what I mean? So it's like, take that, take this, and then like, oh, how can I make that more what I want to do and find that perfect balance? You know what I mean? And then really learn your camera inside and out.